Hello, Melissa. Long time no see. You're already 26 years old already, right? It's already been 15 years since I last saw you, huh? Time really flies fast. Who is this? What? I don't remember sharing my contact information with anyone recently, so I don't even know who you are. Could you please introduce yourself first? Oh my! You don't recognize me! It's me, Santina! Huh? Your mother, Santina! Oh, so that's what you meant when you said it's already been 15 years. How did you get my contact information? I got it from a classmate of yours. It was really difficult finding someone that knew your contact information, you know. I went through so much trouble. So, once we meet again, I want you to repay me for my troubles. Huh? What do you mean, once we meet again? Are you actually being serious right now? I don't remember ever telling you that I wanted to meet you again. My, you watch your language, Melissa. But I'm going to let you in on a secret. I know that you and your husband built a new house that would fit 2 families, since you were planning on inviting me to live with you. Huh? Did you hit your head or something? Where did you hear that nonsense? You just got married recently and you're going to be moving into this new house of yours, right? To think that you didn't even tell your mother that you were getting married. What's your problem, Melissa? If you're thankful that I gave birth to you, then let me live with you in your new house. I know what you're up to, Melissa. You were planning on inviting me to live with you in your new house as soon as possible. But you didn't know where I was and how to contact me, so you were a bit worried, right? I was kind enough to come to you myself, so prepare a room for me, all right? Well, it seems like you haven't changed, Mother. You still only think about yourself, just like you always did. Why in the world do you think that we'd let you live with us? You're the last person I would want to live with, Mother. What? Why are you being so cold to me, Melissa? Don't tell me you're still mad about what happened 15 years ago, are you? I really did feel bad for you, but it's not like I just decided who I fall in love with. Seriously? Do you think that I'm going to believe that nonsense of yours? I might have believed it if you had ever showed me even a bit of motherly love, but no, you never did. Or maybe if you had came to see me even once after you left, but you never did that either. Didn't you once tell me that I was just an accident and that you only married Dad because you had no one else you could rely on to help support the baby? Yeah, no thanks. We don't want you here. Jesus, either you're delusional or seriously just that selfish if you really thought that I'd let you live with me after all these years. Oh my, I didn't know you grew up to become such a rude woman, Melissa. You sound just like your father, always making it seem like it's me who's the problem. Besides, your mother lives in the province and tends to the fields that has belonged to her family for generations, right? I heard that a few years ago her adopted child passed away, and so she also needs to stay there in her hometown because no one else will watch over his grave. Where in the world did you get this information? You see, one of my ex-boyfriends was a private detective. I did him a favor, if you know what I mean. And in return, I asked him to do a bit of investigation for me. Looks like that part of you hasn't changed as well, Santina. You're still as free with men as when you left me and Dad. Yeah, say whatever you want. I'm not going to force myself to be miserable because society says you can only have one partner. I never believed in that bullshit. Anyway, your mother-in-law can't leave her hometown, but yet you built a house large enough to house 3 generations of a family. That must mean that you were going to invite me to live with you, right? Besides, it's only natural that the parents live with their children. Now that you're married, you're probably a lot more financially stable now, meaning that you have a duty to let me live with you. Could you please stop making so many assumptions? All of what you just said is wrong. I don't even consider you as my own mother. Don't come to us no matter what. But I'm already at your front door. Mother-in-law, I'm sorry, but there is something urgent I have to tell you right now. Oh, hi, Melissa. What in the world happened to cause you to panic like this? I thought you and Luis were on your way home from your honeymoon. You said that you turned in your marriage papers at the city hall at your destination. Was there a problem? No, it's not that. There was nothing wrong with the marriage papers. Yes, just a few minutes ago, I got a text from my mother, Santina. Your mother, Santina? You mean the one who left you and your father 15 years ago and you haven't talked to ever since? Yes. Apparently, she hired a private detective and did some investigation on us. She knows that we built a house for 3 generations of a family and she intends to move in with us. She says she's already at the front door. What? Hold on, let me check. Jesus, there really is a woman at the front door. To think that something like this would happen on our first day as a married couple. We built that 3-generation house for you and your husband to live with us, not for her. I was sure that I would never see her again. I'm truly sorry for my mother's actions. Don't apologize for your mother's actions. It's not your fault that she's a selfish narcissist. All right. Why don't you first send me screenshots of these texts your mother sent you? I understand. Oh, and please tell your mother that she's welcome to live with you, but don't tell her my name. What? Mother-in-law, are you seriously going to let her live with us? She's going to cause us a whole load of trouble if we let her do that. It's all right. I don't actually intend on letting her live with us. I just have a plan. Just let me handle your mother. You guys don't worry about it and just come home safely. All right. Be careful as well, mother-in-law. Who knows what she might do to you? About you moving in with us. I talked with my family about your request, and they said that there was something they wanted me to tell you. Oh, what is it? Of course you can live with us, they said. What? Really? And here I was expecting that I would meet a little more resistance. So you admit that you thought you weren't going to be welcome here? All right, then I told you what they wanted me to say, so goodbye. Yeah, say whatever you want. It doesn't matter now that they're going to let me live here. Just let me in the house already, will you? To think that you would text me just to tell me I was welcome to live with you after all the terrible things you said to me. I guess children always come back to their mothers no matter how old they get. Hey, Santina. It's been 8 years since we had our reunion, right? We exchanged contact information then, and I kept it for some reason, but to think that it would become useful at a time like this. Huh? You don't recognize me? It's me, Caligera. What? Caligera? Long time no see, ma'am. Don't call me that. I'm not a fucking gang leader anymore. So, do you know why I'm texting you right now? Huh? How should I know? Would you like to tell me? It looks like you're at the front door of my house for some reason. I can see you from the window. Huh? But the house I'm in front of right now belongs to my daughter and her husband. You see, they said they were going to let me move in with them today. How do you know I'm at someone's front door? You don't understand. This house was made to fit 3 generations because me and my husband are going to be living here with our son and daughter. What? Hold on. Could it be that Melissa's mother-in-law is... Yes, it's me. What? Seriously? But I heard that Melissa's mother-in-law couldn't leave the province because she had to tend the fields that has belonged to her family for generations. and also had to watch over her adopted son's grave. Oh, you said something like that to Melissa as well, right? I had Melissa send me screenshots of the texts you sent her, you see? You've been misinformed, Santina. This ex-boyfriend / private detective of yours did a lousy job. What? He didn't do his job properly? And to think that I had done him a favor. Please, I don't want to hear any of that shit. Oh, and it's not me who's currently in our hometown tending the fields and watching over my son's grave. It's my former sister's. Oh, and just so you do understand, that's not my son's grave in the first place. Huh? Oh, wait, what do you mean your former sister? You see, I moved out to that countryside when I was younger when my mom got married to a man there. But they always treated me like an outsider, and I was never really comfortable with the region's customs. I was an outcast there, and so when my mom got divorced with this man, I returned to the city. After that, you know what happened. I went to that rotten high school of ours, and I became the leader of the school gang, which you were also a part of. Gah, don't remind me of that, but I don't understand. You said that you were an outcast back in the province, but you suddenly came to a high school in the city and became a gang leader? What was with the sudden change of character? I don't know. Maybe I just got sick of people looking down on me and wanted respect. Well, if I'm being honest, I'm ashamed of what I did as a teenager now that I've grown up. You see, after I graduated, I decided to disinvolve myself from the gang and get an honest job. I got married and had children, and now one of those children just got married. I'm going to be living with them in this new house of theirs, but I already told you that. This is completely different to what my ex-boyfriend told me. Yeah, but that just means he didn't do his job properly. Nice private detective you got there, hun. So what do you want to do? What? You want to live with us, don't you? That's what you told Melissa, right? I'm the one who had Melissa tell you that you were welcome to live with us. What? You're really just going to let me move in with you like this? Of course. Oh, and you're not going to move in with me, but with Melissa and her husband. It's their house, not mine. If you do move in, though, your room is going to be in me and my husband's side of the house. As a parent of the married couple, of course. You see, I'm the one who's going to pay for the loan that they needed to take to have this house built. Really? But I thought you said it was their house. It is. I just said I was going to pay for it. You see, I'm the one who suggested that me and my husband live with the two of them. So this is my way of paying them back for agreeing. You won't believe it, but I actually run my own business, so I earn enough money to easily pass the loan screening. If you want to live with your daughter, then surely you're going to have to accept the same conditions as I did, right? What do you mean by the same conditions? I mean that if you're going to live here, then you're going to have to pay for the loan with me. What? I mean, it's not like I don't have the money, but it's still really helpful if somebody just appears out of nowhere and pays for half of it, you know? That's impossible, I'm afraid. Impossible? What, did you intend on just living here for free? I don't have a job, you see. I couldn't help pay off your loan even if I wanted to. What? That's why I was planning on moving in with my daughter and her husband and have them provide for me instead. You're joking, right, Santina? Don't tell me that you were just trying to leech off your child, were you? As her mother, that is simply just too embarrassing, even for someone like you. Not only that, but you just appear out of nowhere for the first time in 15 years after abandoning her and her father? Surely you must have been joking, right, Santina? Actually, Yes, you were clearly joking. right? Yes, I was just joking. I knew you were just joking. Seriously, you're hilarious, Santina. I mean, what kind of degenerate would attempt to leech off her daughter that she abandoned after 15 years of ignoring her? All right, good conversation. Why are you still at our front door? Is there something else you wanted to tell me? But my daughter said that I was welcome. No, I said that. You're welcome if you're going to pay for the loan just like I am. But you said yourself that that was impossible, so I'm afraid you're not welcome anymore. Oh, and if you do something to my adorable daughter-in-law, just know that I won't forgive you for it. Do you understand? Yes, but, actually, goodbye. Okay then, bye, Santina. Nice seeing you again. Mother-in-law, we just arrived at the station. What happened to my mother? She already went home. What? I told her that I was the one who was going to pay for the home loan. I said that if she was going to be moving in, then it must mean that she was going to pay off the loan with me, and that I was so grateful for it. That's when she panicked and fled. You see, Santina's the kind of person that easily backs off when she sees that she's not going to benefit from a situation. I see. I think I know what you mean. But I'm impressed. Father-in-law said that my mother was your servant back in high school or something, but it looks like that was true. He told you that, but I told him to keep it a secret. I assure you, Melissa, I'm not proud of the person I was back in high school. I've put it all behind. Anyways, I think I know where she got the stuff about me tending fields in the province or protecting a grave or something. So I told her about that as well, and I assured her that it wasn't me. That's my former sister-in-law, by the way. Oh, and it won't do if you run into her on your way home, so take a taxi, all right? Okay, I understand. I doubt she's going to bother us again, seeing how scared she was, but tell me just in case she does bother you, all right? I will. Thanks for your help. By the way, I bought these roll cakes you like from the department store. Oh, thanks. I also bought you something. Coffee beans grown in the place we went to, because I know you love coffee. Oh, thank you. Why don't the four of us sit down for a snack once you two get home? All right, mother-in-law. On my way home in the taxi, I saw someone that looked like my mother on her way to the station. She was wearing these really flashy clothes and was walking so fast that it was obvious she wanted to get away from our house as soon as possible. My mother-in-law told us about what happened when me and my husband got home and the four of us sat down for some cake and coffee. It seems like this isn't the first time my mother-in-law has saved the day. And her face went red when my father-in-law told us about other such episodes. Apparently, a few days later, my mother appeared at our old house where the three of us used to live. It seems like she thought that my father still lives there, and she spammed the doorbell shouting something about how she wanted to get back together. The woman who lives there now opened the door, thinking it must be some sort of lover of the person who previously lived there. She screamed as well, and there was a huge fight, my mom getting multiple slaps on the face. The police were called to the scene, and my mother was forced to pay all sorts of alimonies and reimbursements or other such bills. After that, some relatives of hers grabbed her by the neck and forced her to return to her hometown in the province. She now works from day to night every day, as she was now in debt after paying off all those bills she had to pay.
Hello, Carol. You have to join the housewife luncheon this afternoon. I won't take no for an answer. Oh, hi, Helen. Okay, what I want, or shall I say demand that you do is to come over to my place right away, and I mean immediately. I want to demonstrate to you the difference between the wife of a regular employee and that of a chief manager. I'm sure you know where I live, right? I mean, everyone knows. It's common knowledge among us housewives. You know the place right in front of the station, right? The one with the doorman? You can't really miss it. Oh yes, and we're on top floor. Just ask the front desk guy. His name is James, nice fellow. He'll guide you right up, no problem. I'm pretty sure I explained to you the other day, but I work all day during the week, so that's impossible. I know you told me that the last time we met, but you must realize that it's unthinkable to refuse the leader of the housewives. Therefore, I demand that you come over here right away. I'm really sorry, Helen, but I'm on an urgent business trip at the moment in New York. Did you just say New York? You mean like New York City? Yes, that's right. New York City, the Big Apple, and what's more, but I won't be back until the day after tomorrow. Wait, pardon me? Am I really hearing you correctly? Dear God, it's as if you went on some sort of holiday without my permission. Everyone knows you need my permission to make such trips. I didn't make myself clear, right? I said I'm on a business trip right now in New York. But New York is a tourist destination. You know, the Empire State Building, the Statue of Liberty, that's where tourists go. So people don't go there for business. You really shouldn't use your business position to take a tourist vacation to the city. That is really a no-no. Tourist vacation? That's right, a tourist vacation. And besides, what's a penniless housewife like yourself taking a holiday anyways? Right. Hey, Helen, can I ask you a simple question? Do you know the difference between a business trip and a holiday? If not, I would urge you to Google it. I assure you, I'm not here in New York on vacation. You can even check with my office if you'd like. I really can't believe you would disobey me. I demand that you cancel that vacation right this minute and join our housewives' luncheon. I'm not fooling around here, Carol. I expect to see you here this afternoon on the dot. I'm really sorry. I have an important business meeting coming up. I really can't be bothered by all this. Pardon me? I really must be going, Helen. Goodbye. Carol, don't you dare hang up on me. We haven't concluded this conversation. I really can't believe that woman. Why does she have to be so difficult? Hello, Carol. A few days ago, you said that you work during the week, so you're not able to attend the housewives' luncheon, isn't that right? So I thought what you said and I decided to hold it on Saturday. What do you say? This Saturday? Well, I have to work in the morning, but I'm available in the afternoon. Oh, well, that's a bit of surprise. You seem quite compliant. I may be not able to attend every single luncheon, and I really don't want to keep refusing. It would not be fair to you, so I think I can make time to attend this Saturday. Well, that's so considerate of you, but you have 2 days off a week and all you can muster is a little time off Saturday afternoon? I can understand that you have work and all, but I suppose you don't have much money and you need to work as much as you can provide for your family. Yes, well, I can definitely sympathize with your plight. Yes, well, the client I'm currently dealing with has Sunday and Monday as their days off, so that's why people dealing with this client and the project we are setting up to have meeting on our days off sometimes. I see, but not really. I'm a simple housewife, so, I don't really know about such matters. As I recall, your husband is the sales manager for D Corporation, is that right? Oh, I see you did your homework. Yes, that's right. As a matter of fact, we've been doing business with your company for a little while now. Hold on a second. My husband's company does business with yours? Is that what you're saying? Really? Now that's good to hear. Okay, if that's the case, this changes everything. For the next luncheon, I really must organize an extravagant luncheon for you then. Right. I look forward to it. Hey, Carol, good morning. I take it you're headed over here now, am I right? Oh, hello, Helen. Yes, I just finished work, so I should be able to arrive there right about noon. Well, that's good to hear. I've prepared something special, so I hope you get here soon. This is going to be a wonderful luncheon. Oh my, Carol, are you seeing this? I can't believe that you suddenly left just because I accidentally spilled coffee on you. And anyhow, the coffee wasn't that hot. It's not as if you got burned or anything. Why are you so upset over a simple mistake? You're so touchy. I don't care what the temperature of the coffee was. What I'm pissed off about is you splashed that cup of coffee right in my face. That was no accident and everyone knows it. Still, it wasn't a big deal. You're overreacting way too much. Let's take a deep breath and talk like normal folks, why don't we? I realize that you're poor and that you have no time to think about relationship or friends, but when I started talking about how my husband is a successful businessman and that he concluded a major deal with a top corporation, that's when I looked over at you. You had this huge frown on your face. You looked furious. I realized that you're always going on off your business trips, so I figured you must be assigned to the marketing department of your company, right? I bet you were jealous that my husband was able to snag that big project, that isn't it? It's just so obvious. I know my husband is the top sales manager, but I really wish you wouldn't get so envious of my husband. It's really undignified if you ask me. Oh, I see. So to you, I looked like I was jealous of your husband's success. That's why I looked upset? You know what, Carol? You really wear your emotions on your sleeve. I could read you a mile away. Your envy lit up like a neon sign. I was so overwhelmed by that jealousy that, this may sound strange, but it scared me, and I instinctively threw my cup of coffee in your face. So it really was not my intention. It was that look on your face that did. Frankly speaking, I loathe people like you, Carol. Yeah, well, likewise. Just to reiterate one more time, you're saying that it was your husband that said the major project that our company concluded was all because of your husband's marketing and negotiation skills? Is that what you said? That's right. The project was concluded by the M Corporation, a multi-million-dollar corporation. Well, that is sort of strange if you ask me. Strange? How? What I'm saying is, I distinctively remember that the sales rep that always come to our office was much younger and it was a woman. Excuse me? Your company? Are you saying? I doubt it. Are you an employee of M Corporation? Well, there are various problems that came up, so on Monday I wanted to discuss this matter with the person responsible for this project at our office. I really don't know what you're talking about. It all depends on the outcome of the discussion on Monday, but this entire business deal with your husband's company will probably be terminated. Wait, pardon me? Regarding this matter, like I said, we will discuss it with all involved and we will convey our conclusions directly to your husband's office. Carol, what is this about? I mean, terminate? What are you saying? Okay, I better go. Goodbye, Helen. Carol, pick up! I want you to do something about this right now. What is it? I'm in the middle of dinner. Can't this wait? My husband says he's gonna divorce me. Excuse me? I had to invite you to that luncheon. As a result, my husband's company found out that he took credit for the big project with M Corporation. I was even reprimanded for spilling coffee on you, for God's sake. What do you want me to say? This is a problem between husband and wife. It's none of my business. Work it out between you two if that's all. It does concern you. You had to blab all about this to the company. What? Because of jealousy? This is important. I can't get divorced. No way that's happening. It's your fault. You do something about it. Helen, are you even listening? This has nothing to do with me. Talk to your husband. You guys work it out. It was everything to do with you. Are you kidding me? How was I supposed to know you were the president of M Corporation? I thought you were just a sales rep. And I had no idea that my husband took credit for the deal with your company. How was I supposed to know that? I took him at his word. He said he made a deal. Well, even if you didn't know anything about this, the fact remains that your husband took credit for the deal and was set to get promoted. Just talk to the people involved and reinstate that deal that was in place between M and D Corporation. Simple. My husband won't get promoted, but he'll survive, and our marriage survives. So please. Oh, I forgot. The project hasn't been terminated. Wait, really? That's great. But there are conditions. Conditions? Yes, your husband took all the credit for this project, but we want all that rescinded and all credit and promotion be given to the saleswoman who worked hard to get this project off the ground. I already put such a request at D Corporation. But that would mean my husband would be demoted. No, he would get fired for this. I can't agree to that. Please take that back. Tell them it was all a mistake. I insist my husband run the project, please. What's the difference who runs the project? It's all the same. You're not listening, Helen. I said I already sent the request to the head of the D Corporation. They are already aware of the details regarding this matter. But you can't. This is a business matter between two companies. This has nothing whatsoever to do with your personal problems. I hope you understand that, Helen. Just because I spilled coffee on you, you didn't have to go this far and ruin our marriage. Helen, you have this all wrong. I want to be perfectly clear. I didn't bring up the matter regarding whether to terminate this project just because you splashed me with coffee. That coffee incident and business matters, they are completely separate. This matter of your husband deceiving his co-workers and taking credit for the project in order to get promoted is a business matter that will be dealt with within the company. This is not a personal feud between you and me, Helen. Understand that. With regards to the unfortunate coffee incident, that's a personal matter and we'll deal with that some other time. One more time, let me reiterate. Personal matters are one thing and business another. I have no intention of mixing the two. Please don't get the two mixed up. Carol, what is this? You're asking me to pay damages? Why me? What is this? Some kind of sick joke? Good evening, Helen. Did you know that intentionally splashing hot coffee on someone is a crime? It is considered assault. Hold on a second. What are you saying, Carol? Oh, and all that trash talk about me, that I'm some penniless housewife, that I eat cheap junk food? You also spread all kinds of lies about how I was heavily in debt and I borrowed money from shady loan sharks. Oh, and here's the best one, that all my business trips are actually rendezvous with a boyfriend. Apparently, I was having an affair. Seems you were spreading such lies to all the other housewives, and who probably spread it to their friends. I'm sure a lot of them believed, and to be honest, it is emotionally quite distressing, not only to me but to my husband and kids. That's what the damages are for.
This is going way too far, Carol. How am I supposed to pay for this? My husband will divorce me. I'm in no position to pay such a thing. Getting divorced is more than enough of a penalty. Do you want to make me suffer?
Helen, I told you I would take care of personal matters separately, right? Like I said 100 times, person matters are one thing and business another. If you don't agree to pay the compensation, my only remaining choice is to press charges.
I can't believe you, Carol. You're living in that tiny apartment, but in actuality you're a company president? What the hell is this all about? If I had known, I would never have made such a silly mistake.
I think you got this whole thing mixed up, Helen. If you're talking about that little apartment near my daughter's kindergarten, I bought that place to use as an office. You know, to do remote work when I didn't have time.
Excuse me? Remote work?
Yes, our company incorporated a system where employees could work remotely. But I didn't want to work at home, so I bought this place near my daughter's kindergarten. It was just more convenient. Our home is way over on the west side, in the Hillsdale neighborhood.
Hillsdale? That expensive neighborhood near the golf course?
Can we finish up here? I really have a lot to do today.
Pardon me?
I would rather that we communicate through my lawyer going forward. I really must get going. Goodbye, Helen.
Wait, don't go yet. We need to talk about this. To be honest, my husband is also demanding that I pay compensation to him. Please, I beg of you, please don't make me suffer even more. Carol! Carol, are you there? Please answer me.
A few days later, the full amount that I demanded was deposited into my account. I guess my lawyer called her and explained the whole thing to her, so she really had no choice about her husband demanding money from her, apparently. Helen was having an affair. I heard that the guy she was seeing was the father from a kindergarten. I probably know the guy. As for her husband, he was forced to resign. Helen obviously couldn't pay for all the damages that was thrust upon her, and ultimately, it was her folks that covered the costs. They weren't too happy about it, to say the least. Last I heard, she's working 2 jobs, day in, day out, to pay her debts. What's more, she apparently never worked a day in her life before. I later heard from one of the housewives that she received a line message from her complaining about the long and hard days she has to work. She was evidently sending all the housewives such messages on a regular basis. They got so tired of it that they blocked her from their line apps. Must have been quite an onslaught of messages.